Joining the Observer on the air live couldn't be easier. First, visit bit.ly/obguest. Once you click on that, you'll wind up on this screen. Then, you'll have to choose the webcam that you want to use. You can see there's a list of them here. And once you choose the right webcam, you'll then have to choose the microphone that you want to use. It's all very simple. Then type in your name where it says your name here. And once you have finished typing your name, click the join button. Then you'll be in the queue to be on the air. It's that easy. Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Knesset coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 7th day of May in the year 2024. Sure hope you're enjoying your Tuesday, no matter where it is you are in the country. It's a beautiful 78 degrees here in the Northeast. What a perfect day it is outside. If you haven't been out yet, make sure you get to do that at some point today. And as you do, each and every Tuesday afternoon, you welcome me into your home so that I can bring you this week's newspaper. And believe it or not, we don't have anything on the side today, so we're going to go right into it. We'll get right into this week's paper. Now, this is somewhat of a repetitious thing because we did an entire segment on George King's walkout last week, which was a week ago today, believe it or not. But that's our front page story here. George King, of course, retired after 39 and a half years on the job. So this story is really more for people who did not watch any of our live videos or haven't been on the website at all in recent weeks. So I do hope you will check it out if you didn't get a chance to see anything or know about George's retirement. But we, again, wish him all the best and congratulations as he moves on to the new chapter of his life with his wife, Ruth. And that was a really great day 1 week ago for sure. And as we go inside, Mayor Michael Melham delivered what he calls the State of the Township address a week ago. And let me tell you a few things about this. I want this to be understood in case anybody wonders. There is no requirement for any town or municipality to do a state of the township address, state of the city address, things of that nature. But what Mayor Melham does is he does this every year over at Nanina's in the Park, and he charges entrance fees for it and gives his address about what's going on in the town. And then the entire amount of money raised is donated. And in this particular case, Mayor Melham donated $10,000 to the Belleville Police Benevolent Association, the PBA, in Belleville. It was a fantastic move for him to do that. There were a lot of people who were critical of him charging for a state of the township address, but the truth of the matter is it's really meant to be a fundraiser. It's not meant, he's not putting any of the dollars in his pocket. It's all going to a good cause. And I believe from what I read, I don't want to say this with 100% certainty that that the PBA will be buying bulletproof vests for it, these special kind of vests, because in a lot of cases now, this Kevlar material is not bulletproof anymore. Some of these real fancy schmancy bullets that are out there. So this was a very, very smart move on the part of Mayor of Belleville, Mike Melham, for charging for this and making it a fundraiser and for donating it to a great cause. And I do know that our friend Dan Pronti was there, Mayor of North Darlington, along with Kirk Del Russo, who I saw yesterday. And I hope you get a chance to read it. Another great thing by the Mayor of Belleville. And the state of the township, as he said in the address, is very strong. So good for the people of Belleville. John Kelly is one of the commissioners in the township of Nutley, and he is seeking re-election. He ran 4 years ago, and he is calling his record the Golden Record. So you can check that out when you get a chance as well. Habitual porch thief, porch pirate. I don't know where these things come from and where they get them from, but this guy, who is apparently a habitual package thief, went out and he stole these like lamp posts, 2 of them, and fortunately was nabbed by the police in Kearney. But I guess it's probably the material that these things are made of. They could probably make money by selling them. But some of the things that are being stolen, the items, you would never believe it. Some of them are just so bizarre. And this is probably at the top of that list for bizarre items to have been stolen. But he was caught And I'm certainly grateful for that he was caught, and I believe he was behind bars, so he stayed behind bars. Al Petracco is also running for commissioner in the township of Nutley. I have to go back one because I skipped Maria Hamlin, who is here. She's running as well. Maria is a retired police officer from Nutley and was a member of the United States Air Force. She's now the commander of the American Legion in Nutley. And Al Petracco, of course, the proprietor of Petracco's Deli, is seeking, I believe, a fourth term as commissioner in Nutley, and he is the public safety commissioner. I can attest to him doing a great job there because things are in very good working order in Nutley, and they get what they need because of him. Watco is having auditions for a Shakespeare festival that's going to happen in, I believe, Teaneck and in Harrison. And some of it's outdoors, some of it will be indoors, but the auditions are today. So if you are tomorrow, I take that back. The auditions are tomorrow. So if you are looking for a role, you're going to have to try out an audition tomorrow at the theater at Watco at the old Holy Cross Elementary School off of Frankie Rogers Boulevard. So make sure you check that out when you get a chance. It's all in this week's edition of The Observer. And the Knights of Columbus are having a monthly Italian dinner, and all that money goes to good cause. Bill Mackey is the Grand Knight in the North Arlington Knights of Columbus, and they are as strong and as active a Knights of Columbus chapter as you're going to find anywhere in the state of New Jersey. And I think they're among the top 5 in the entire state of New Jersey. So Bill does a tremendous job as the longtime Grand Knight, and the entire council is very active. So if you're so inclined, when they're having their fundraiser, order a couple of tickets and you can go pick up the pasta, bring it home, and you don't have to worry about cooking that night. This happened last week. I'm sure most of you saw it by now, but there was a sinkhole on Livingston Avenue. I have to go by. I didn't get a chance to go by it yesterday and see what's going on, but I know Veolia was over there and they were working on this for a long period of time. But that was pretty darn scary, what happened over there. When something like that happens, you always kind of have to worry. But I know they've been working very, very hard. So I'll get an update to you on that later on in the week. But that was a very scary situation that could have probably been completely worse than it really was. Now, we wish a congratulations to Nick Landy, the Harrison volleyball team coach. He won his 300th game as the coach of the Harrison High School Blue Tide volleyball team. That's a tremendous feat. Winning 300 games as a coach in any sport is a tremendous feat. And Nick is a great guy. The whole Landy family is great. His brother Mike, and he's done a tremendous job, not just with the volleyball team, but with the football team, as an educator with Camp Fatima. All these different things that Nick is involved in, and winning 300 games is just remarkable. He says it's all because of his fellow coaches and his players. And I say there's a little bit more to it than just that. He is a great, dedicated, long time Harrison coach and educator. He continues to do great things over there, and I'm sure he will as the years go on. Bernstein has a couple other sports stories this week, so please check that out. And this is important to realize. I think some of you were concerned last week. If you're a homeowner, you got the letter. If you were a renter, you probably didn't. But there was a letter that went out to homeowners about the water test that was not so copacetic. It's nothing to worry about. But Veolia suggests that if you live in Kearney, that you should run your water 15 to 30 seconds before you do anything with it on any given day, because it's good to get the water flowing. Any water that was stagnant and sitting in the pipes, it gets out, and you get fresher water when you do that. But there is no reason to be concerned, and they do suggest that when you make baby formula and you cook, I never knew this, you should use cold water and not hot water, because it is harder for the lead to get out, if there is any lead traces in the water, if you use cold water than it is hot water. So just a tip that Veolia has offered, and I think it's something worth noting for absolute certainty. And as you take a look here, there are 2 pages of classifieds that Lisa has put together for you. So if you're looking for a job, if you have an apartment to rent and you have about $30,000 for a month's rent, you'll be able to get yourself a nice new apartment in Kearney somewhere. And then, of course, this is some of the other things that we have. The shredding days continue too. I got to tell you something about this, folks. If you need to get anything shredded and you missed the one that was in West Hudson Park, head on over to Guttenberg, Hoboken, or Jersey City, because they will take these items. And I was speaking to John Branwell a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying when you bring over documents to be shredded, you could part with a couple $100 just to get a few boxes of them taken care of. So this is something that the County of Hudson, under Craig Guy, the new county executive, do for free. So, I'm sure there are limitations. If you look at the ad on page 19 this week, you'll see what you can and cannot bring. But these events that cost absolutely nothing are paid for by the county and open to county residents, no matter where you live in the county, as long as you can prove that you live there. So, if you need to get rid of some documents or checks or canceled checks, things of that nature, invoices, statements, this is a great time to go. May 11th in Guttenberg and in Hoboken, and June 1st at Lincoln Park in Jersey City. The one in West Hudson Park has already taken place, but you're going to definitely save yourself some decent money if you do it this way instead of having to hire a company to do it. And believe it or not, this is one of the quicker editions of the Observer Live in a long time. It's already 43 minutes past the hour, and it's still 78 beautiful degrees out there. So, again, if you haven't been out, go out, enjoy the beautiful weather. And, of course, if anything happens during the course of this week, we will join you live. And also, don't forget, there's a Kearney Town Council meeting tonight, so that should always be interesting, because they always are, as most of you who are from the area know. And then we'll see what happens there. Okay, so from the newsroom of the Observer and theobserver.com, Kevin Canessa signing off for now. I hope to see you back here again very, very soon, and we will join you again if anything breaks in the course of this week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.